All right. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Racha Chodash. All right, man, that's who this world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue, right? For the world ignorantly calls God, whose true name is Yahweh, right? My Heavenly Father, right? Whose name means He is, right? And who this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Whose true name is Yahweh Shah, my big brother, right? My Heavenly Father's son, right? Whose name means He is our Redeemer, right? First and foremost, I would like to go and give double honors to the elder apostles across the four corners of the earth, right? That's how I'm pushing and teaching 100% truth day in and day out and prophesying the downfall of this place, right? We know where that 100% truth lies within the umbrella of Great Millstone under Elder Apostle Tahar and on down, right? Also to give double honors to the elder of the Men of Israel camp, the Ak Chazak, who I also teach under out here in Greenville, South Carolina, right? Also to give a shout out to you, Akim. What's Slakim? Also to give a shout out. Yeah, I said it right, Slakim. Also to give a shout out to you, Akim. That's you, brethren, right? Across the four corners of the earth. That's also I have pushing and teaching this truth and sincerity, right? 100% truth, first and foremost, once again, right? And then to the very few Agwaf, right? That be you sisters. To the ones who truly believe and take heed in these end times, man. To y'all to say shalom, shalom, shalom. All right. It's the Akdabak coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah once again with another exhortation and lesson. You know, a sit down, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, man. And really we're gonna dig into the book of Proverbs today, man. We're gonna dig into the book of Proverbs today. You know, call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. I was able to get my new 1611, so this is what we're coming out of today. 1611 KJV, man. But we're gonna dig into Proverbs, man. And we're just gonna flow through the spirit, honestly, man, you know. So we're gonna start at the book of Proverbs. It's gonna be chapter 1. Right, we're gonna start at I'm gonna make sure this music not too loud. There's a little instrumental in the background. Put it right there, that should be good. Alright. But yeah, man, we're gonna start book of Proverbs chapter 1. Right, we're gonna start at verse let's go verse 10, man. Right, and it says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Right, verse 11, if they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocents without cause. Right, so already we know, right? Well, let me see if I can. Matter of fact, Salakium. I'm gonna jump before I get into it. I'm gonna jump up. Matter of fact, we're gonna start at the book at the top, man. We're gonna start at the top, man. Salakim. This is Proverbs chapter 1 from the top. It says, he Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, right? To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, I said it right, of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equate. It says to give subtlety, to give subtle to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. It says verse 5, it says a wise man will hear and will incline learning. It says a man of understanding shall attend unto wise counsel, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. So y'all gotta forgive me on the reading in 16:11. It's a little tough, but hey, we're gonna get through it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shah. So Salakim upon that, but we're gonna keep reading. Right? It's verse 7. Right? Well, matter of fact, let's go back. Let me go back to verse 5 and we're coming down, man. It says a wise man will hear and will increase learning. Right? That is right. A wise man will hear these sayings and these proverbs, right, and will increase learning. Right? That is what will happen. The wise will continue to retain the knowledge that we're reading out of the scriptures, and will retain it, right? And then we will increase our learning. We will be able to continue to learn more and more and more as we continue to read on through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah, right? That's 100% correct, right? A wise man will hear and will increase learning. Right? Let's keep going. It says, a man of understanding shall attend unto wise counsel, right? A man with understanding shall attend unto wise counsel. Absolutely. A man with understanding, a man with understanding of the scriptures are gonna attend to wise counsel. Right? That's absolutely what's gonna happen. I'm gonna use myself for an example, right? When I was beginning to understand and learn more, you know, as in the first beginning stages of me coming up, you know, into the me being in for years now, right? That's why my name is Debak, because I was cleaving unto to righteous men. Right, because I was learning, my learning, I was being increased. My learning was increasing. So what did it say at the top? Wise man will hear and will increase learning. That's what I did. When I heard the scripture, when this truth was first brought to me, right, from the Ak Aliyah, right? And then it was a situation going on. I had to go back. I had to leave the state and go to I was in the same state, just a different city in the state. It was like a couple hours away from the brother. You know, I had to leave. Really, I came down from where I was at. Came down for like a month, not even a month, a week. Like it was like a weekend to a week, right? And the brother was trying to tell me everything he knew. Not everything, but like trying to just trying to just show me what he knew at the beginning to help me understand. So within that weekend, I don't even think it was a week. It was a weekend. Friday, and I had to go back Sunday. I came down Friday, had to go back Sunday. So it was just a few days, and the brother just told me, you know, what he had, and you know, that's what I heard it, and my spirit quickeneth. And I was just listening, and I just started to retain whatever the brother was giving me, right? Because the brother was feeding me scriptures, so that's what I was eating upon, right? Therefore, I increased my learning. But then I had to leave, and I had to go back to the other state, back to the other city. But whatever he taught me here, right, when I was here with the brother, I took back with me, and I started teaching up there, right? Because my spirit was quickened, and my learning increased, right? But when I came back, because I was still reading and because I was still searching out and because I was still, you know, trying to find more, it says I was attending to wise counsel. I was searching out. And that's when, you know, with the brother Aliyah, that's when I ran into the Ak Ana, right? And then the Ak Ana was already with the head elder, Kazak, right? So boom, then it just went from there, right? And I was just cleaving unto righteous men, man. I was listening. There were brothers was teaching me, right? The elder really, right, was the elder was teaching me, and I just my learning kept increasing, right? So I was cleaving to wise counsel, man, attending to the wise counsel, man, right? That's in the scriptures, man. It says a man of understanding shall attend unto wise counsel. Right, let's keep going. Right, it says, verse 6, it says, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. Right, it says the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Right, and that's big con. That's big con on that, man. It says the fear of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah is the beginning of understanding. Is the beginning of knowledge. Shalakim is the beginning of knowledge. Right. When I came back, the brothers was still teaching me more. And then I got to put two and two together, and I was starting to understand, you know, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah, and then understanding everything, man. And my fear grew very quickly. Very quickly. Best and believe it. My fear grew very quickly. You know what I'm saying? For Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's no lie. the brother Aliyah is my witness. The elder Kazak Anab, you know, are my witness. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. It says, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And that's big con. Like I was saying, that's big con on that. Fools despise this wisdom. Fools want to believe whatever they want to believe and don't have no facts to bring it up. And don't have no facts to back it up of what they're saying. That's what fools do. So fools despise this true knowledge, man. Fools despise this true knowledge. They want to say, you know, oh, the white man wrote that book, you know, or as far as the following the instructions, you know, we're not supposed to eat pork, crab, lobster, and shrimp. Fools be like, man, it's all right. That's back in the old days, man, we good now to eat it. You know, we good. You know what I'm saying? So they despise the wisdom. They want to try to say, oh, a white man wrote that book, a white man did that, a white man did this, and they don't have no facts to even prove that. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to the instruction, they damn sure not listening to nothing, not even to any of the commandments, not even to the 10 commandments. They're not listening to the 10 commandments. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you're able to label who a fool is, man. That's a quick way how you're able to label. That's quickly a way how you're able to label a fool. That was a bar, but that's how you're able to label a fool, man. Right? Someone who despise somebody who doesn't hearken unto this wisdom and instruction, man. That's a fool, man. You know? Let's keep going. Verse 8. Right? It says, my son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Right? We're not supposed to forsake this law. When we hear the instructions and we hear what we're supposed to do accordingly to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, we're supposed to move accordingly to that. You know? We're not supposed to, what does it say? It says, my son, hear the instructions of thy father and forsake not the law. We're not supposed to forsake the law. That means we're not supposed to go to not do what our Heavenly Father has told us, but go do what heathens want us to do, or go hearken unto what heathens have said, right? Go hearkening unto, you know, other God, wannabe gods or whatever, you know how the world likes to put it, Buddha, Muhammad, you know, all of them, right? By going and serving them, that's forsaking this law. By going and serving them, and by going and not following the law, statutes, and commandments, that's forsaking this law, man. That's forsaking our law, the nation of Israel's law, because that's who this is going into right now, man. This is a situation with Israel, within Israel, right? Because who was the law given to? Israel. Simple as that. So we're gonna keep it going. Let's go. Verse 9. It says, "For they shall be an ointment of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck." Verse 10, it says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. For they say, come with us. Let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause." Right? And that word privily, right? That word privily goes into a secret manner, like a secret. So they're doing something in secret. Who does that sound like, man? That's going into Israel. That's going into what the world calls nowadays these YNs, man. That's going into them, man. Who wants to lurk and want to stand on the block, right? And we're gonna post up right here. You know, the next person who come by, we own them. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? That's these 2/3, man. That's Israel who does that dumbass shit. That's Israel all day long. That's Israel all day long, man. What did it say? Let's read 11 again, and we're gonna keep going on down. I'm gonna prove more and more how this is Israel, right? Let me see. Matter of fact, yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna read verse 11, and we're gonna keep going down. It says, if they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. So they don't have no reason of doing what they're doing, but they're going to go do it. They don't have no reason to go. They lurk for blood. They want to go out here and man, I seen another clip. If I can find it, I'm gonna try to do a short. But it's another Jake saying that they don't respect the guys with all the money in the holes no more. They respect the guys with the most hats. What did he mean with the most hats? The guys who killed the most people. That's what he was saying. That's what he's going into. If I can find that clip, If I can find that clip, Yahweh Ratazah, I'm going to edit. Actually, I'm going to try to edit it in at the end of this video, or I'm gonna probably do a YouTube. I'm gonna do a short, like a part 2, and I'll put them all in there. You know, but they don't respect the guy with the hoes and the money all now. I mean, they want to respect the guy with all the hats, the one who's killed the most people, the one who's done the most wicked, who's done the most wicked shit, man. Right? Lurking. What did it say? Let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily. That's going into these YNs, man. That's going into these YNs. That's why you got to watch who you around. You know what I'm saying? That as well, you know? But ultimately, if the spirit is dealing with you, the spirit is going to guide you regardless. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a point just to say, right? Let's keep going on. Let's go to verse 12. It says, let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as thou, Salakim, as thus that goes down into the pit. Right, verse 13, we shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Right, and that's, come on, man. Come on, they wanna wait for people. They wanna simp, like, you know, what did it say? Let us swallow them up alive as the grave does when you bury somebody and the ground overcomes them, the roots and the soil overcomes them, right, as they're buried, right, and it covers up the whole thing. Come on, man. Who is that? That's Israel, man. I just seen another clip earlier. Northern Kingdom, they would look like they was on a highway or something out there in Texas, or El Paso, Texas. Matter of fact, Jake's just hopped out the car and just started shooting. For what? You know what I'm saying? That's Israel. That's Israel and all the wicked shit that Israel wants to do, that Israel does. That's fucking Israel, man. That's these young niggas. That's what YN stand for. If someone older don't know what YN means, these young niggas, man. That's what it is, man. They want to do all. They're ready to do all this wicked shit. You know. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep reading on down, man. Verse 14. It says, "Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way of them, refrain thy foot from their path." Right? That is what's being said. Who is now basically when it says my son, refrain thy foot from them, that's going into the ones who actually hearken and listen unto this word, unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Refrain from them fools, man. The scriptures already tell us talk not much with a fool. So the scriptures already tell us talk not much with a fool. That means we shouldn't be around these fools, man. Come on. We shouldn't be around them. We shouldn't even be dwelling with them. You know what I'm saying? We should not be dwelling with them. You know? Keep some distance in between you. Be wise about the situation, because with these you want to go and hang around these YNs, man, ain't no telling what's going to happen. Their problems going to become your problems just because you with them. Come on now. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. That's what's going to happen. Your problems will become their problem. I mean, their problems will become your problems just because you with them. That's why we're not even supposed to be dwelling with these fools, man. We're not even supposed to be dwelling with these YNs, the ones who want to lurk, who lurk privily, right? Who wait for blood, man. Depart from them niggas, man. Them niggas are in the world, man. There's no need. There's no reason that if you truly are saying you're in this truth and the spirit is dealing with you, there's no reason you should be around one of these niggas, man. I'm just being real. I'm calling a spade, you know? Calling a spade, man. Let me go verse 15. I'm going to keep going on down. It says, my son, walk not thou in thy Salakim. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. Right? And I'm gonna give a quick example of what I'm saying this, or why I'm saying this, man, because I got family. You know, we all have family. You know, my family deal with, the gangs, the Bloods and Crips and shit, whatever, whatnot. I was a youngin'. You know, I was a youngin', and who they call the big dogs or the OGs or whatever, that was my older cousins. So I'm not saying I did nothing crazy. Absolutely not. But I would be with them in certain situations just because they're my cousins. So I'm getting sent from my people with them. You know, we went out, I think it was to a party or something one night. They got into it with a whole nother gang. Now everybody going to get straps and shit. Everybody shooting and there's a whole shootout. That just is what it is. That's what happened. It's a whole shootout and shit. You know what I mean? Let's just be real about the situation. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, but this is before I even came in this truth, but Yahweh Shemel Shah had his angels watching over me. I was able to get away from that before it all went crazy. You know, I was a youngin'. And I'm not saying that like I'm old right now. I'm not old right now. You know what I'm saying? But still, I was younger. You know what I mean? Before I came in this truth. And what? Because I was with them, their problem became my problem. Which in the first place, I shouldn't even been with them niggas in the first place. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? You know? Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. Where is that? We can start verse 16. Verse 16. It says, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Like I was saying, their feet run to evil, right? They're quick to do it. They're quick to run to evil. They're quick, right? What did it say? They're quick to make haste to shed blood. These YNs are quick to try to up a gun on somebody, man. These YNs out here are quick to try to up a gun on somebody, to unalive them just to try to say, oh, I got another hat. I killed me another nigga. You know, that's what these YNs do. You know what I'm saying? But the scriptures are telling us, man, if you are in tune and you have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and the spirit is really dealing with you, you're not supposed to be. It says remove yourself from them. Remove yourself from these types of people. Do not walk in their ways. Do not walk with them. Depart yourself from them. Right? That's through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, that's what's being said. Depart from them, man. We're supposed to depart from these foolish niggas, man. That's what we have to do. You know? That's what we have to do, man. Verse 17, it says, surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. They lurk privily for their own lives, man. They willing to do whatever. They're willing. These fools out here nowadays, these fools nowadays are willing to do whatever it is, whatever the case be, man. They're willing to do it, man. They're willing to do whatever it is, man. I'm grabbing this precept real quick, because this is Israel, man. This is fucking Israel, man. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. You know, I got, my phone is back up just in case it would take me a little too long. It's my new pages and stuff. But, we're going to get through it, through the spirit. You know what I mean? So, like you, bear with me one moment. Hold on. We're going to get there to it. Come on. Oh, I can't get to it. Oh, this way I'm gonna do right here. Salakia. It's all right, man. I'm about to hook it all the way up, man, where I'm gonna be able to flip through these a lot quicker. I definitely am, to where I can be able to flip through a lot quicker. But it's just gonna take Jake a little second. I'm gonna got the little. Yeah, it's all right, man. We're just gonna go off the phone real quick, grab this precept. All right, let me read this last precept, man, and I'm gonna jump right back into. I'm gonna grab this last verse that I read in Proverbs, and I'm gonna grab this precept real quick. It's a Proverbs 1:18. It says, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives, right? Basically going in to do some foolish shit, man. Going into, this is some evil shit, man. They're willing to put their lives at risk, you know, just to do some wicked shit, man. Right? And what does that sound like, man? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 40, verse 22. It says, for my people is foolish, man. They have not known me. They are a sottish children. Yeah, this is the right precept. This is Salakia. Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. Right? Sottish going into stupid. They are stupid children. That is what Israel is, man. Sottish means stupid. You know, they are sottish children. And they have no knowledge. They have none, Salakia. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge, man. Who does that sound like, man? Who does that sound like, man? That's fucking Israel, man. Israel is wise to do evil, man. That's the point that I was getting into, right? I want to make, that's why I want to make sure real quick, make sure that was the right precept that I wanted to, because I wanted that point, right? For my people is Salakia. For my people is foolish. They have not known me, for they are sottish children. They are stupid children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. They don't have no knowledge of doing nothing good, man. It just sat right here and said in the book of Proverbs, all from 10 all the way where I'm going into, right? From 10 all the way down. They're wise to do evil. What did it even say in verse 11? If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. That's doing some stupid shit. That's stupid. That is a stupid account to do, man. That is a stupid account to do. But Israel's going to do it. Why? Because Israel is wise to go do some evil shit, man. Israel is wise to go do some evil shit. Salakia. Israel is wise to do some evil shit, man. They want to do some evil shit like wait. What did it say about the innocent? That said, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. No reasoning behind it. Just do it just to do it. That's Israel, man. That's these YNs out here, man. That's these YNs out here, you know? These YNs are foolish, man. They are foolish. They are foolish, man. Let's keep reading on down, man. Let's keep reading on down, man. We're gonna do go verse 19. No, we're gonna go verse 18 and keep going on down. Right, it says verse 18, Proverbs 1:18, it says, and they lay wait for their own blood, they lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owner thereof. They're greedy for gain. They want to go get what the next man have. Right? That's why if a YN sees somebody, you know, let's say for instance, you know the main thing, money, chains, you know, shoes, you know, they're gonna want to go gun that man down. They're gonna want to go rob that man. That's being greedy. That's being greedy. They want to rob that man for whatever that man has. That's what these YNs do, man. That's the 2/3 of our nation, man. There's 2/3 of our nation of Israel, man. Doing all out here doing this foolish, this side of shit. You know? That's what it is, man. Verse 20 though. It says, wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. How is the wisdom crying out? How is this wisdom crying out? You got all this bad shit going. You got all these niggas doing all this bad shit going on. But somehow, some way, wisdom is crying out? How? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a quick example. I'm going to show you a quick example of how wisdom is crying out. That's right here. Right? That's right here.
Oh.
That's how this wisdom is crying out in the street. Y'all need another example. Let's get another example. Right? That's the men of Israel camp. You know, the camp that I'm a part of. Right? Let's go get it. Let's go get another one, man. Right? How is wisdom crying out in the streets, man?
Of the nation of Israel.
Hold on, I got you. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Why can't I find it? I don't want to let me. Here, I'll show you that this one is. These are some other brothers, right? This is Great Millstone, man. This is some other brothers, right?
Isaiah chapter 34. You got to face that. But those are the students. Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 1.
Right?
It reads, come near, you nations, these other nations, to hear and to hearken, ye people. And sing up your voice. See, you get.
See? Wisdom crieth out in the streets. Here we go. Let me show you the elder apostles right here. Hold on. Okay, this one want to freeze up. Now I'm going to show. Here we go. Wisdom crieth out in the streets. This is the elder apostles. Elder apostles. This is elder apostle Tahar, and this is elder apostle Gabar. Wisdom crieth out in the streets. You got our nation of people, Israel, out here doing all of this stupid shit that Israel's doing, right? But you still have wisdom crying out in the streets. Who is that? That's Yahweh Shemal Shai's mouthpiece, man. That's the prophets of this time, man. I showed you the elder the Chazak, right, with the men of Israel camp. I showed you the elder apostle Tahar, elder apostle Gabar, right? The wisdom has been crying out in these streets with all this foolishness, while all of our people are doing all of this stupid shit still, man. I showed you, man. I showed you, man. Wisdom crieth out in the streets, man. That's what it says in the book of Proverbs. Let me go to the book of Proverbs. I'm going to read that one more time. It says, Proverbs 1 and 20. It says, wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. Right? She crieth in the chief place of concourse. In the opening of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones? Will ye love simplicity? Right? Let's get that word simplicity real quick. Right? Let me go to the blue letter. Right? I'm going to get that word simplicity, man. Real quick. Now I'm going to grab this precept. Simplicity, right? How long will ye love simplicity? Foolishness, once again. Foolishness, once again, man. Let me see if I can. Can you see it right there? That word simplicity, right? In the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long will ye love this foolishness, man? Right? And this is what the prophets, this is what the like-minded Akim like myself are out here doing. How long will y'all love this foolishness? How long will y'all love this stupid shit that y'all are doing? Lurking privily to lay blood, man. Come on. How long will ye love this, man? Let me see. Is this it right here? No. All right, next time I do an exhortational lesson, because I'm gonna be doing more sit downs. I'm gonna have it all put together. I gotta get it. It's brand new. I just got it, so it's a little hard to flip through the pages and everything. Right, but we're gonna get exactly what we need right here on the other phone, man. Right, let me get this real quick. Gonna jump to the book of Luke. Book of Luke chapter 14. We're gonna go verse 21. This is the book of Luke chapter 14. This is verse 21. It says, so the servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said unto the servant, go out quickly into the streets and lane of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maimed, Salakim, and the maimed and the halt and the blind. Right, verse 22, it says, and the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and ye there is room. Verse 23 being the point. It says, and the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Right? And this is red letter, by the way, so this is Yahushua speaking. So when Yahushua is saying these words, go out and compel them unto the marriage, what is that being said? How I just showed you video footage, right? If you have these, and it's way more, right? You got some in London, you got brothers in London, you got brothers in Arkansas, you got brothers in Australia, you got brothers in Jamaica, you got brothers in Haiti. Man, you got brothers everywhere pushing and teaching this 100% truth, right? All out on the highways and the hedges, compelling them who are doing what? The saddest shit, to come unto the marriage, right? Unto this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, man. That's what we're doing. We're out there to compel them unto this marriage. Now we understand and know everyone is not going to listen. Everyone is not going to listen. Everyone is not, right? And we understand and know everyone is not going to listen. And guess what? That's cool, right? And that's cool, man. And that's cool because we're also not out there for everybody. We're out there to capture the Yahweh Bashim Shai's elect and to get the hell on through. You know, it is what it is, but that's what we're here to do, man. Right? Let me get this real quick. And this is another reason why I say we're not out there for everybody, because we understand this precept right here. This is the book of Zechariah 13 and verse 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Who is that 2 parts therein that should be cut off? The ones that are still out here doing this foolish shit, man. Doing this side of shit, man. The ones who are out here doing this foolish shit. That's who's going to be cut off and die. That's the 2 parts therein who chose not to hearken and come back unto the instruction and understanding of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, man. Therefore, what? They're going to be cut off and die. Right? And this is Israel, man. This is speaking about Israel. And I'm on Israel's ass right now, man. I'm on Israel's ass. You know? Because that's what it is. Let me see. Let me finish verse 9. It says, and I will bring the third part. Now, verse 8 is the point. That verse 8 is the point that I needed. Right? And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. But the third part shall be left therein. Who is that third part? The ones who chose to hearken and come back unto the laws and commandments and the instructions and to follow instructions and be obedient to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, going into the elect, going into the 144 army of men, right? And then the 1/3 consists of man, woman, and children, man. You know? But that's what it is, man. That's the truth. That's the truth, man. That is the truth, man. So back in Proverbs Chapter 1, verse 22, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and fools hated knowledge, man. And that's facts. Fools hated knowledge. Scorners delight in their scorning. Doing stupid shit. Being a YN. Wanting to hurry up, wanting to up the gun, up the blick on someone. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. That's what it is. You know? Hey, we can keep going. Let's read verse 23. Back in Proverbs 1, is verse 23. Verse 23. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Right? Who is that going into? That's not going into the ones that's out here doing the stupid shit. That's going into the ones who have inclined their ears to listen. Right? Yahweh, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai is being said that Yahweh Shema Shai will will make known my words unto you, the ones who chose to come back and do the correct thing, man. Following the law testament of Yahweh Shema Shai to our best of our abilities, prophesying the downfall of this place, putting our life on the line out there, going against this white man, white man, women, and children, going against Esau, Edom. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yahweh Shema Shai said, I will make known my words unto you. Let's go verse 24. It says, because I have called and ye refuse. So listen, you got to understand when you're reading, it's like a conversation. It's going back and forth. It's like how about Shema Shai talking to two people at one time, but telling them, you I will, what did it say? Verse 23, it says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. Right? I will make known my words unto you. It says, verse 24, because I have called and ye refuse. Therefore, Yahweh Shema Shai has turned their attention from this man to this man, and telling this man, now I have called, but you did not answer. Right? What did it say? I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth. This nigga didn't want to regard. Why? Because this nigga wanted to still do foolishness. Why you got this man who chose to do righteousness? Come on, man. You have to be able to understand. You have to be able to understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai how these words are wrote and how these scriptures are put. Right? That's not nothing but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's continue on. It says, and no man regard, verse 25. But ye, right back to this man who was listening. But ye have set at not all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Right? It says, verse 26. I also will laugh at. Now back to this man. Right? It's a conversation. It's a conversation, and that's happening. Right? Through the spirit, Yahweh Shema Shai is getting on two different men. Was talking to one and letting them know, hey, I will incline my wisdom, knowledge, and understanding unto you. But you, little nigga, oh yeah, I'm on your ass. That's how it is. That's how this conversation is right now. Right? So let's go verse 26. It says, I also will laugh. Let me see. I also will laugh at your calamity. Right? And that word calamity, it goes into distress. It goes into extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. That's what it goes into, man. That's what that word calamity goes into. It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Yahweh Shema Shai is telling this one, I will mock when your fear, or this side of, I'm not going to say this one, I'm going to say this side of Israel and this side of Israel. This side of Israel, listen, this side ain't. I will laugh. It says, Yahweh Shema Shai is saying, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So they chose not to fear Yahweh Shema Shai. They chose not to fear our Heavenly Father, the one who put us here and has us going day in and day out, right, upon this, in his movie. They chose not to fear Yahweh Shema Shai. Therefore, Yahweh Shema Shai is telling this side of Israel, I am going to laugh when your fear cometh. When that fear finally hits you and you know that you were supposed to been feared and been gotten in line and been got your shit together, but you chose to do otherwise, when that fear actually come and hit you, Yahweh Shema Shai is saying, I'm going to laugh at you in your fucking face because you chose what you did. Come on now. That's the route that you would put on and you stay there. It's that simple, right? And what does that also say? Let me get this other preset real quick. Matter of fact. Schlag had to turn that song real quick. We're going to go Judges 10. Right? And this is still going to this side of Israel, man. It says, this is Judges 10 and verse 13. It says, Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Therefore, I will deliver you no more. I will deliver you no more. That's what Yahweh, that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's what Yahweh Shemel Shai is saying to this side of Israel. I will deliver you no more. I will deliver you no more. It is what it is. What did it say? But because you chose not to hearken and fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, you chose to go be a part of this world and do wickedly things and go serve other gods and do whatever it is you did. Right, verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. Right, that's right. Because Yahweh Shemel Shai is already telling this side of Israel, I'm going to laugh at your calamity. I'm going to laugh when that fear actually hit you, because you had a chance to get your shit together and you did it. That's why now it's time to get that ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen to this side of Israel. That's what's going to happen to this side. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen to this side of Israel. Right? Let's keep going on down. Verse 27. Back to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 27. It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish and anguish cometh upon you. Right? So when that fear cometh as desolation, and then your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, a whole bunch of shit about to just happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Within this Jacob's trouble, within this famine, within Jacob's trouble, within this famine, within this pestilence, all this shit gonna be happening to y'all. And when that final judgment comes, y'all gonna be scared out y'all rabbit ass minds. And y'all gonna be looking for Yahweh Shemel Shai, but Yahweh Shemel Shai said, I will not answer y'all. Yahweh Shai will not be answering y'all. It is what it is. You chose your route. Stay there. You know what I'm saying? You chose your route. Stay there. Let's say when your anguish cometh upon you. I'm gonna go 28 and on out. Proverbs 1:28 says, then shall they call upon me, but I will answer not. Right? This is what Yahweh Shemel Shai is saying. I'm not going to answer you. What did it just say in Judges 10? Because let me go back to it. It says, ye have forsaken me and served other gods. I will deliver you no more. What did it say right here in Proverbs 1? Was it verse 28? Then shall they call upon me, but I will answer not. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. They shall seek for Yahweh Shemel Shai, but Yahweh Shemel Shai is not going to get the hell on through. Yahweh Shemel Shai is not going to be there for y'all, man. But it's on y'all. It's on y'all, man. Let's read 28. We're going to go on out, man. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer thee. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, man. They shall not find Yahweh Shemel Shai, verse 29. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That is correct, man. They hated knowledge. They hated knowledge and did not choose to fear, man. They chose the 2/3 of Israel chose not to fear Yahweh Bahashem Shai. They chose to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, man. You know? Right, because ultimately we're commanded to fear Yahweh Shemel Shai. It's a commandment. This is something we're supposed to do. You know? First and foremost, why do you think Yahweh Shai's like a nickname is called Al-Shadia, terrible demon-like power? You think I'm not gonna fear, man? And this is just his son. Ain't no telling what, man. Yahweh, boy. Yahweh Shai's nickname is Al-Shadia. And we're supposed to fear him, but y'all chose not to, you know? Because once again, it is a commandment. So let me grab this one real quick just to further prove the point, you know? Deuteronomy 8, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, right? This is verse 6. It says, therefore thou shalt keep my commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, thy power to walk in his ways and to fear him. Right? We're supposed to fear Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. We're supposed to walk in the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. But 2/3 of our people chose not to. 2/3 of our people chose to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Two-thirds of our people chose to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Therefore, they are going to get whooped. And how are they going to get whooped? Jacob's trouble, pestilence, famine, and then this intercontinental ballistic missiles with this judgment at the end, man. That's what's going to happen, right? Because what? Proverbs 1:29. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Let's continue on. Verse 30. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat of the fruit of their own ways and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from Salakim. I butchered verse 33. Let me read that one more time. Matter of fact, let me read verse 32 one more time. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Right? But let me hit on that real quick. For the turning away of the simple, right? I know everyone on this earth is going to be able to say they ran into the prophets out here on the highways and byways, and they chose to turn them brothers away. They chose to turn the simple route that the brothers was giving us. First of all, they chose to turn the route away. So what? So it's going to slay them because of whatever they did. And they chose to go do what? And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Doing foolish shit. Doing foolish shit. They didn't want to move accordingly to Yahweh Bashim Shah. So they chose to go do wickedly. They chose to go do wicked shit. And therefore it shall destroy them. Right? But this is verse 33. And I love this verse. It says, But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Right? And shall be quiet from fear of evil, man. And that's pretty much gonna wrap it up, man. I got let me read verse 33 one more time. Proverbs 1:33. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. The ones who hearken unto Yahweh Bashim Shai and are able to grasp this wisdom knowledge and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai are going to dwell safely within the faith and trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts, man. That's facts, man. The elect are going to dwell safely within Yahweh Bashim Shai. It's going to be scary, but it's still going to be safe because Yahweh Bashim Shai is our God and going to get us through whatever the situation is, right? And to further prove that, let me jump real quick in the book of Proverbs. Still, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 18. This is verse 10, Salakim. Book of Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. It says, the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai is a safe tower. The righteous runneth into and is safe. The righteous runneth into Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's name and is safe, man. And is safe. And is safe. That's all we needed to be safe is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. But if you chose to go the other route and do whatever you wanted to do, you're not going to be safe. And you're going to have an intercontinental ballistic missile hit you right on the top of your head. And that's going to all these YNs out here who lurk privily to do foolish shit. To lay blood for no fucking reason. Who want to try to be tough and ain't even really tough. The only true tough people out here in this world are the servants and the prophets for Yahweh Bashim Shai. Day in and day out, we out there putting our life on the line for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Being a living sacrifice. Going against this devil. Going against this people. That's the true tough upon this earth, man. You YNs, y'all niggas not even really tough. Y'all not even really tough, man. And I done seen it with my own eyes. I don't ever walk around like I'm the toughest guy. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. The spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai rest upon me, humbly speaking. And that's how I move accordingly. And that is how I move accordingly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. I give my Heavenly Father and His Son all the glory. I ain't tough, but my Heavenly Father and His Son is. That's how I move. I'm not out here trying to up a gun on anybody, on an innocent just because without cause. That's not me. But that's why you got to watch these YNs, man. That's why you got to watch this wicked shit that they want to do. Why? Because our people are wired to do fucking evil, man. Our people are wise to do evil. And that's exactly why 2/3 of our people have to die. They all have to, man. Y'all have to. Y'all got to be put down, man. Y'all got to be put down. Y'all are out of y'all minds. You got these YNs out here doing stupid shit. You guys, every Zion out here is a fucking harlot. You know, don't do nothing but wicked shit, evil shit. You know, come on, man. Israel is full of shit, man. You know, so and that's why y'all gotta die. But guess what? The elect, the ones who chose to hearken and obey and incline their ears to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, we ran into Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua and we are safe, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, we are safe, man. We are safe, man. What is that? Proverbs 18:10. It says the name of the Lord. I'm gonna read it verbatim. The name of the Lord is a safe tower, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. I'm calling on Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua every time. That's a fact. I'm calling on Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua every time, and that's a fact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I give all praise, honor, and glory to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. Call Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. The water Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta watch it, man. That's why you gotta watch it. You gotta watch what's going on. You gotta watch these 2/3. You know, like the scriptures went into earlier in the book of Proverbs Chapter 1. You don't even need to be associating yourself around these fools, man. We don't even need to be associating ourselves around these fools, man. So if you find yourself around these fools, if their shoe fits them, come on, Jay. If the spirit is really dealing with you, you'll move around accordingly. You'll move accordingly. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. That is a fact. That is a fact, man. You're gonna move accordingly, man. Salakia. Salakia, man. That's a fact, man. But that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen, man. That's what's gonna happen, man. And you know that's damn, that was so evident, man. The Lord made that so evident of who was who in this situation, man. Between the 2/3 and within this conversation in Proverbs 1, within the conversation that was had, you can tell Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua made it known, man. This side, you're done. This side, you ran into my name and you are safe. You choose your way. You choose what you want to do. If Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua got you over there on that side doing wicked shit, hey, man, you're destined for an intercontinental ballistic missile, man, and it is what it is. You know, it is what it is, man. But if you're on the other side, and Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua got you at least with some type of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, you better take advantage of it, because if you don't and you play around with it, with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you're gonna be right back on this side. You're gonna be right on this side with these 2/3. And you're not gonna have nothing but an intercontinental ballistic missile headed for your head, because you want to play around. You want to play around with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You're like that person in the account of in the book of Matthew's, I believe it's chapter 24 or 27, where they wanted to hide their talents under a rock. Don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy that want to hide your talents under a rock, man. Be the ones that actually hearken and listen and do accordingly unto it, man. Be the guy that was given 10 and came back with 10 more. That had 5 and came back with 5 more. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. But that, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, the water Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua for another exhortation and lesson. Right? Aparatazah, the video was edifying and it was able to feed whoever it needs to feed, which is the sheep. And with that, man, I'm going to go ahead and end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rachach Wadash. A wide Baba ball, man. Death to the wicked. Death to the wicked, man. With that, shalom, shalom, shalom. I'll see y'all back in the next sit down. Shalom, man.